So, I think we'll start the program. Siddha Sanmarga is an organization that has a very interesting roots, and it has a very interesting path that needs to be known in this modern day. So, before starting the actual program of mass karmic healing, you have all assembled here to receive healing, right? So, before you receive some healing, I would like to share a few viewpoints or the few concepts that Siddha Sanmarga would like to make this modern day man know. And at the end of the day, when I complete this, describing this concept of Siddha Sanmarga, all you would understand is that we do not have any concept. So, this is the basic preamble that Siddha Sanmarga is an organization which actually has no defined concept to it. So, Siddha means perfect, and Sanmarga means the righteous path. Now, every path, every Guruji, every Adhyatmikta, forget about Adhyatmikta, spirituality. Any person is generally in right path only. That is what he believes. That the legacy continued. There are so many branches to this Tamil Siddha tradition, but the branch that I actually come from, the originator is the great Guru, Bhagwan Sri Tirumular. Now, he is the man who first coined this word Siddha Sanmarga. And the only definition he gave for the word Sanmarga, a righteous path, was if at all a man can live a life out of his own conviction and create a free and honest thinking. There should all, if a man has to progress in spiritual path, then the first thing that he should actually inculcate is a free and honest thinking. His thinking should not be influenced. My Guru always used to say, in our lineage there is a very wise saying, जो योचना करेगा उसको याचना करने की जरूरत नहीं है. It's a Hindi saying where they say, if you really know how to think, then you don't need to know how to beg. Because people who think freely, honestly, never have to beg anything. It's always there in them. So, developing that ability to think honestly and to think freely is what main agenda of spirituality should be, is what Siddha Sanmarga's only true concept is. And the rest, Siddha Sanmarga actually do not have any concept, because it believes in that free will. Now, when I say free will, there is also a misinterpretation that, okay, so spirituality means thinking the way you like, following the way you like, and being free of this social religious dogmas and all, having a free life. And so I think freely and honestly, so now I can come out. So there is a wise saying that also says, as long as the violin is attached to the the strings, and the strings attached to the violin, the strings are free to produce any kind of music. But the strings, the moment they come actually out of this violin, the strings are actually useless. They are not free to produce any music. So within the definite framework of our own discipline, within the definite framework of our own existence, when we live a life which is free, a life which is not influenced, and a life which is out of our own heart, is what we call as the true meaning of spirituality. So, discipline should be there, but influence of thinking shouldn't be there. Generally, when we come to spirituality, it is all a rule that you need to mug up a lot of Vedic mantras in Sanskrit. And it is a preconceived notion that God always, he is made happy, quote unquote happy, by reading a lot of Sanskrit Vedic mantras. And how many of us actually understand that God understands every language and he doesn't even know what languages are? He only understands bhavana, the feeling that we have. But then, until otherwise we have a Sanskrit verse going on, we never actually feel that it is all about spirituality. Or we never actually try to see God. Whenever it comes to spirituality, we have a definite concept that comes in, that is, it has to be like this. A puja is happening, it has to be like this. And any deviation from the norm is not spirituality. Whereas the true spirituality or the true meaning of religion is to break every possible discretion, every possible determination of the socio-religious dogmas that you have to, it is determined that you have to behave like this because you belong to Karnataka. Technically, every person belongs to the Vasudaika Kutumba. Then it is not a determination by your ancestors that we have to live this way. We are free to live the way we like. And we are free to be honest with our own self. Not just that my grandfather did that, so I am doing it, without understanding the concept. So, with that kind of discriminations, and with that kind of pre-imposed determinations or pre-imposed things that a human being already has, I determine that I have to be like this. So it's like that, and I don't want to change it. So that kind of concepts, as the human being breaks, he actually walks from this chaos to confusion, and then confusion to clarity. So it's a gradual stage. First, absolute chaos exists. He doesn't even actually understand what's happening with his life. And then a mild confusion, and then clarity comes. So this kind of walking from this chaotic life situation to clarity is what spirituality is all about, but not about Shiva or not about anything else, is what Siddha Sanmarga's main message the ancient Tamil Siddha tradition gave to this community, humanity, which, when having this free and honest thinking, would march up to this fraternity of eternity. So this path and this process is what we determine as, or we understand as, the Siddha Sanmarga. So here, when you have come here, we call this program as mass karmic healing. But I always say, here I don't teach meditation. Here I don't make people do anything. And I expect people who have come here knowing, learning, or doing a lot of practices to come here also. Then I say them, the biggest technique, there is a old Chinese saying that when a swordsman perfects the art of the swordsmanship, then he actually leaves his sword. When a painter perfects the art of painting, he leaves his brush. In the same way, the biggest technique is to have no technique. That's the beauty. You just need to be one with yourself. So, the basic thing that I wanted to convey was, Siddha Sanmarga is absolutely committed towards breaking this set path or the set concept of the human mind and making it free. So, how can I impose anybody who is not aware of meditation, healing, receive healing by meditating on something? Now, if I say close your eyes and meditate on the Sri Chakra, then it is also a built concept on you that you have to concentrate on something else, right? So, when we started Siddha Sanmarga, a lot of people came to us and we taught a lot of healing meditation in the first day itself. And then they again after 1 week came back and said, sorry, we forgot everything. Or else we practiced only a little. I said, why did you practice only a little? Then they said, there are a lot of problems I have. I have health problem, I have so-and-so problem, I have so-and-so problem. A spirituality or any divine process, when a sadhak, when a student comes to the guru, it is a norm that the guru instructs the disciple or the student to think positive. Spirituality is a basic rule of spirituality is to think positive and be thankful to the God, and then have all the kind of good qualities that generally people are expected to have. Love everybody, forgive everybody is the first statement that people teach. There is a boss who has no actual stuff in him, and there is a subordinate who works really good. The boss unnecessarily, for the sake of superiority, always taunts this subordinate, and the subordinate in the path of spirituality is expected to forgive him. That is what the gurus say. But how practical is it from the subordinate's point of view? He says, it's very difficult, but still I forgive because mujhe further karma, I don't want to accumulate further karma. I have a karma. With the spirituality and acquired knowledge, they have a problem. That whatever that is happening in their life, they take it for granted and say, it is my karma, it is my bad luck, or it is my past actions that has resulted in this action, the thing that is happening. So I take this as granted. Now, to stop further bad things to happen, I would forcefully not scold him or forcefully not say anything bad against him. But in my heart, I would always harbor a feeling of hurt, resentment, or whatever. Yes or no? That generally happens. So in that way, we have complaints about a lot of things in our life. We have problems, we have stuck emotions in our system. With all this, a superimposed love, a superimposed compassion, a superimposed rule that you have to forgive. How much practical or how much truthful it is. Honest thinking. I said no, free and honest thinking. In your life you have trouble. In your life you have some problem. On the top of it, now I say, as a guru, 2 days I give a lecture unto you that you should forgive people. That is what the message is. You should unconditionally, if you see our Siddha Sanmarga's main mission statement, we also say about unconditional love. So that we will talk about after the meditation. So unconditional love is one thing that we are talking about. So your boss is unnecessarily taunting you, but